Hey everyone, this is Lisa and Nancy, and we are back at the Sweet-Biscuit-Inn in Asheville, North Carolina, sitting with John and Susan, and you guys talk about hospitality. Last time we were here, you welcomed us for a glass of wine and a stroll in the garden, and I know we were off to another bed and breakfast, our friends over at Lion and Rose, and this time we managed to make a detour and come back to Asheville once again, and actually get a chance to stay here with you guys, and I have to tell you, amazing. Nancy?
Mm-hmm. Oh, for sure.
Amazing room.
Yeah.
I mean, this is a beautiful bed and breakfast.
You lie down and you sleep and you wake up and it's morning.
Yeah.
It's like, boom.
It is. I know. And then it's like, do we really have to wake up? You know, and that's something I'm finding.
I think it's luxurious.
Yes, this is. It is. It's luxurious. You guys have such a beautiful bed and breakfast where it's also contemporary. You've got integrity to the building itself. And then we had this amazing breakfast.
Yes.
So this is amazing. Mm-hmm. So I know we've chatted with you on a show before with a recording or an interview here with Big Blend Radio, but let's start from the beginning. Whose idea was it, out of the two of you, to have a bed and breakfast?
Oh. I think it was
probably yours.
Yeah, it was probably me.
Yeah.
Just coming from a hospitality background, and we were looking to do something we could do together, kind of, empty nesters, and we had a big old house, and I grew up in Asheville, and we were in Raleigh, North Carolina, and we wanted to get back to Asheville, and there's so many great B&Bs here, so it just the puzzle just kind of all came together. It was something we could do, something we had background in. John loves to cook.
Oh my gosh,
so good.
Dude, you need to come out in the white hat, man. We need the white hat.
I think you should go on Top Chef.
Wow.
Yeah, you should.
Wouldn't it be cool?
Thank you. I appreciate the huge compliment there. Yes, but I don't know the whole the time crunch. I mean, yes, there is a time crunch here in getting everybody served fresh at the same time, but I'm always amazed at how they can do it, like in 30 minutes, bring it together in the last 5 minutes, and that might be a little tough for me. But
it's your food is excellent.
I think you could do it,
and you do have timing. I mean, it's 3-course breakfast.
Yeah,
true.
I think you found a good spot.
Yeah, I think you got it. You guys have the sweet spot here for sure. So, what about Sweet-Biscuit-Inn? By the way, if you walk the neighborhood, your dog can get a bone at the end of the entrance here at the welcome, and a fresh drink of water, which is cool. Right. So is that a tradition that's been going here?
It is. It's something the previous owners did, and we're kind of at a place where people cross the street right in front of our sidewalk, and lots of dog walkers. This is a really great neighborhood for that, just hanging out on the porch and watching people walk by, and getting to meet all the friendly pups, and it's sweet biscuits for sweet dogs.
Well, Asheville is like dog friendly. Today we were at the North Carolina Arboretum, and people are walking their dogs. Their dogs go out and is it Bent's Stream?
Bent's Creek.
Bent's Creek. Thank you. Yeah, out there, and they're playing with their dogs. The dogs are able to run out and be like out in nature. And I thought, like, this is so cool. Even cool. We went and had a little bite and a little sip of wine. Don't tell anybody.
No, don't.
At the bistro there, and we're like, hey, listen, that cattle wine feeds too. But oopsie. But anyway, people had their dogs there. It was like, this seems to be like dog centric.
Yeah, definitely lots of dogs in the neighborhood, and we knew we moved in. There were a couple of notes left by some dogs signed with paw prints. Thank you for the dog biscuits. It's so nice to always have biscuits when we walk by. So
you just don't want them to leave you a biscuit.
I do see the dogs bring the owners.
Like we know,
and like we're stopping here, little waggy tails, and no, we're going there, and they know this spot. So
yeah,
that's when I knew it was a tradition that we needed to carry on.
Yeah, it's
now,
saw those notes.
Do you make a biscuit dish
for
for breakfast?
People.
Oh yeah, we make humans biscuits.
Yeah, for
out of humans.
For your guests, your human guests, for your human guests. Yeah.
We do. Well, no, I say we, but that would be John.
John, do you do a biscuit dish?
Well, the So that would be third course. We do a shortcake biscuit. So either peach shortcake, strawberry shortcake.
Nice.
But yeah, so it's a sweet biscuit that. So yeah, it in the dessert sense we do. There's a biscuit that is its own dish.
But you do a lot of just some buttermilk biscuits and sweet potato
well, sure,
biscuits.
as a bread course.
Sweet potato biscuits?
As a bread course with meals, and that's my go-to right now.
Dude, like Thanksgiving, everybody. I'm serious.
Yeah.
Like
You,
November,
roast
fall.
sweet potato, mix the mash with the buttermilk, and then incorporate it into the dried grain.
What got you into cooking?
I just enjoyed it as a hobby, honestly. And and now
you're feeding like guests, like beyond like dinner parties.
Having time to dedicate to practicing and diving into it is, I very much enjoy it.
Well, I think your guests do. We weren't the only happy people this morning. People really enjoy it, and they're like, I know
great.
people this morning. They were like, "You've got to do a cookbook."
Well, yeah, I do think that there's a lot of TLC that's put into it, and I think it translates, and we bring it out and we kind of describe it and talk about it, and
as a guest, you can tell. You totally can tell.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I know. I'm excited to come out and explain what's what some mornings, which is nice.
Well, I have to tell you, the eye. I'm going to say the eye. And it's the egg this morning, the Bloody Mary egg. I call it the eye, but like the Bloody Mary egg that also, once you take the other part of the egg away, like you have two halves, right? And you take the other one, it becomes a little boat. It does. It does.
In my case, it turned into a sailboat.
Tell everybody about the
It's
egg.
got a small celery sail, yes.
Yeah, tell everyone's like, what the heck are you talking about? What are we talking about?
That's actually...
It's a Bloody Mary deliciousness.
It is a Bloody Mary style deviled egg. It's actually a great idea that Susan came up with, because our main course being the French toast, it's sweet. It's a little on the sweet side,
and fruity.
Yeah.
But there was bacon to balance it all out, everybody.
Yes. Well,
Perfect.
doing the three courses and balancing sweet and savory. We thought something savory for the first course with a French toast meal made sense. It's a good idea that Susan found, and so yes, and rimming the eggs with Old Bay, and then finishing them off with the Cornichon pickle slice and the celery stalk.
That was the eye.
That was
the eye. And then you had pickled okra.
Yes.
I did not know pickled okra tasted so good.
Well, I have to say that's the first time I actually decided I would eat the okra, because traditionally I'm like, I am okra, so out of here. No way. But I'm like, okay, I trust it.
It was the first positive okra experience.
Excellent. Great
Not
to hear.
okra.
The okra and grits, those are two, traditionally Southern things that...
Even up here in North Carolina, like, this is still the South, right?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. We got biscuits. It's
biscuits
the South.
And sweet tea and grits. Yeah, we're still in the South.
Heck yeah.
I like grits.
And that French toast, like I said, that was like the embodiment of perfection of French toast, because you did it overnight, right? You soaked it overnight?
Did, yes, yeah.
But then you still had crispiness, but not like, it was just so delicate.
Well, I think,
dude.
Well, thank you.
I'm not a food critic, but dude.
Yeah, well, the bread is definitely key, I think. There's a certain type of brioche bread that
but you stuffed it, but it wasn't like this thick stuffing. It was like this whole nice, delicate. But you had that champagne. We got that out here.
The champagne that went into the champagne blueberry jam.
Yeah,
yes.
That's really.
But you made the blueberry jam.
We did. Yes, that's what I was saying this morning too. That's a little bit thicker, so it helps. I think the toast kind of be not so saturated and risk being a little soggy. Because the jam's thick and...
That was really good.
I have a really weird question.
Uh-oh.
So French toast, no, because now we've had a lot of French toast. We've been to a lot of B&Bs. There's a lot of French toast going on. This was super good. Now, because you put the jam in there. Now, would you ever consider doing French toast with the same jam or a different jam and adding a little bit of peanut butter and bacon with it? It's kind of an Elvis thing. There's an Elvis burger. I know he did the bananas.
Oh my
Right.
gosh, Elvis is alive and living
now
with
would
Tina
you
Delgado in Mexico.
Would you do a little come on, like a PB and
Only if
J
the ghost of Elvis
French
will come dine
toast?
with
Come
us.
on,
I know.
PB and J French toast.
I think it could be worth a try.
I know.
Think that there
I
are
know you
two
guys do more
sides to that.
pecans on this side, right? If it's southern, you gotta have pecans, or is it pecans? That's Texas says you can't do pecans, because then you're like pecan. So it's like
So do
pecan,
you think you could do like a peanut butter jelly
bacon.
French toast?
Yeah, that's what we're talking
I
about.
think
yeah.
there are two. I
Well,
think
why
both sides
not?
of the bread on the inside would hold up to being smothered with something, and then put
Huh.
something in the middle.
With the champagne blueberry jam, with the peanut
Yes,
butter,
yes.
with the bacon.
Yeah.
I think that could work.
That could be
He's
a
looking
new
at us
one.
like we are weird. You know that.
And if you do it, call it the blend.
Yes, just call it the no, but it's Elvis. It's all about Elvis.
The Elvis blend.
No, but the breakfast is exceptional. It really like a highlight. But let's talk about this house, because like what is the style with the pillars? Because I was going to say, what is the style of the house architecturally?
So it's colonial revival.
I knew it had a revival somewhere here. I was like, it's kind of Greek because it's got pillar things in our bathroom. But
Yeah.
no. So it's colonial revival.
Colonial revival. It was built in 1915. We love the bricks, and that the like the windows have the concrete and the
windows,
stone
so-
foundation in the basement. It feels very solid, and it doesn't require a lot of painting, so that's awesome.
That's a good point.
Well, on the inside, it seems so spacious. You're in a
Yeah.
historic B&B. Their furnishings and just even the bathtub, the clawfoot tub, everything, yet at the same time, contemporary. How did you balance that out? Was that like that, or did you change it up when you moved in here?
You know what? We didn't change it up a lot. We looked at a lot of B&Bs for sale, and this one really appealed to us. I mean, they're all beautiful, and they're all different, and they all
Yeah.
have their own personalities.
That's true.
And this one spoke to us because it was very, it was kept up really well. It was very clean.
Yeah, it's super clean. This is super clean.
The lines
bright.
are clean. The decorating was fairly clean. So we just kind of liked that it just had that nice, a little more simple but nice feel to it. So we didn't.
It's cheerful. It's cheerful, and then at the same time coming out, we're here out on your patio, veranda,
Porch.
porch
Front
here.
porch.
I gotta say the right thing. But just watching the dogs go by, and people come home from work,
Look at the
and
garden.
and the garden, and it's just
Amazing.
peaceful out here.
No, it is. It's very much a neighborhood feel, but very peaceful naiborhood.
And
Yeah.
the gardens are awesome. I mean, we were here, just under 2 months ago.
Right.
And it's already transitioned into this fall. You can hear all the acorns dropping? Is that
There's
the acorns?
so many acorns.
And the
Yeah.
squirrels are going, give them to me, they're mine, don't take them. But all the colors, the Japanese maple, everything is like shifted. So this seems like a full-time job on just the garden.
Well, it definitely takes some upkeep, but
Yeah.
I think
It does,
it
but
was
it's-
planted strategically
Yeah.
in a way that it is a bit self-sufficient. And just as far as the blooms, I think, and it fertilized some, but I don't know. I just think the schedule of blooming's well. There's something
Yeah.
blooming almost all the time, year round.
That's
which-
awesome.
Yeah, I
That's a
think-
good garden plan.
Right, I think that is a testament to good planning.
Yeah,
So
it is.
you guys took over in January,
Right.
2020, and then of course COVID hit. So what has that been like, getting your wheels all started, and then it's like,
Right.
you had to be closed for a little bit, right?
We did. I think there was a time when we could do essential travelers. We didn't really have any because no one was going anywhere.
Yeah.
And so, we were just kind of gearing up because January's slow, February starts to get busier, March picks up, and it was kind of the end of March, and then it
Yeah.
just, the breaks went on and lots of cancellations. And we still, because it was new for us, we had so much to do, so much we could do. So we kind of looked at it as well. Okay, instead of hiring someone to spread that mulch and paint those rooms and work on the website. We're going to do a lot of those things ourselves. So we stayed really busy, and I think we were pretty positive because we couldn't really complain because everyone is in the same boat. Everyone has their story to tell about how COVID has affected them. So we can't be like, oh, our story is worse. It is everyone's.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. And I think, with guests coming in, everybody wants that breather, and they're able to get that here. And you've handled COVID very well for your guests. I think B&Bs have been doing a super job
Absolutely.
of making people realize, okay, it's clean. You wear your mask coming in. At breakfast, you can take your mask off. And just the sanitization, your rooms are super clean. It's well done. And I think for guests coming here and being able to start traveling again, it's like, okay, this is possible again. And people need out, man. They're tired of their house.
Yeah, some people they're like, I don't care if I have to just stay on the porch or stay in my room. It's different thing to look at.
Yeah, something new to look at.
Yeah.
And, itchy feet, you want to travel. And, from what I'm seeing, as long as you are not irresponsible, as long as you take precautions and realize that if you don't wear a mask when you should be wearing a mask, you're not just risking yourself, but you're risking those about you. You could pull back a little and let's just do what makes sense. Everybody can go where they want.
Right.
And I think here people, seeing us do our part in being responsible, and it really, I think it hits them that, oh man, I need to, if they might not be of that mindset already, it hits them that I need to be responsible too. 'Cause, you're kind of in a smaller setting where.
And people get to know each
direct.
other. You're chatting, you're meeting new people, making new friends, and that's a nice positive thing that I think people have missed, that reach out of other people. We want to go beyond Zoom. No offense to Zoom, but we want more than that. And it's like, it's like we don't want to live on Facebook either. We want to live out and meet people in public. Let's talk about the rooms. See, these are all themed rooms in their own way, right? I love the room we're in. We're in number 7, and there's this cutout on the door.
Oh, the welcome.
The welcome. You say, "Welcome, Lisa, Nancy," and
That's really nice.
there's a nice,
That's really nice.
It's like a cutout from an old magazine. You know what I mean?
Right.
How it's like everything is so tasteful. It's
But it's really nice because you feel like, oh, you actually knew we were coming.
Yeah, and all of our rooms are different in that, there are queen beds and king beds and some with tubs, clawfoot tubs with the shower, and some with more modern walk-in showers. So it's just this. When somebody's like, what kind of rooms do you have? I have to go, okay, well, there's first floor, this, and, it's just nice because you can kind of take your pick of what interests you and what you like.
Yeah.
That's a good mixture.
One thing I wanted to ask you guys is Asheville. You chose to come back to Asheville. What is for each of you, something that you really love about Asheville that you want guests to experience? Especially for people coming first time. Let's start with you, because Susan, I know you lived here.
Yeah, I grew up here in Asheville. It's a very magical place. There's definitely the natural landscape, the history for me, just the plants and the flowers and the things that sort of trigger my childhood memories of things that I've been around, and then it's evolved over the years too, so it's become even better, I think, than when I was here. So it's got this
It's got beer.
It's got beer.
Wine from the Biltmores. By the way, everyone, there's beer and wine when you come in. Just saying, that's important.
But it's got this eclectic vibe. So, there's this vibrant downtown, and if you want to get away from that, you can be on the Parkway, and you're just
and that's the Blue Ridge Parkway, which is
Blue Ridge Parkway.
one of the most favorite American scenic roads, I think.
Yeah, and that for me, natural landscapes and wide open spaces, I just like so much about Asheville. And so the Blue Ridge Parkways, we like scenic drives as far as taking in some of those wide open spaces, and it's about as good as it gets here to me for scenic drives on the Blue Ridge Parkway.
We got to do a
Scenic
small
overlook.
segment this morning when we went to the Arboretum, which the Arboretum to me was
That was
just
amazing.
I know a lot of people come here for the
Amazing.
Biltmore Estate, which we haven't done, and we will do our next. You never know. We
trying.
could be here in another month. Who knows? So I want to definitely do that, and I know that's iconic here. We're drinking the Biltmore wines, which are quite iconically amazing too. I'll create my own words. I'll create my own words right now. But the Arboretum is
It's
amazing, amazing.
Awesome.
They have a quilt, a flower quilt. It's 9 by 9, and it's all flowers. And they were rebuilding for the next season that we
It's
saw today.
amazing.
Wow.
And sculptures,
So cool.
sculptures that come in and out, and just the trails that you can take where people, I'm just sorry, I'm excited about that.
That's
But
okay. Well, we're excited to go tomorrow night potentially.
Yeah.
A sip and stroll.
you get to
activity
have
that they
wine
do.
and walk through the garden.
You
Yes.
saw them putting a bowl of
Lights, all the twinkly lights, and I'm like, they get to do that, but we're
We need to
driving
go.
the Blue Ridge Parkway to Smoky Mountains National Park, which is what,
wow.
only like 80 miles from here?
Yeah.
Fantastic too. Yes.
Yeah.
So do a lot of your guests come here, and that's one of their places to go
They
hang out?
do. There's so many. There's so many nearby towns and Smokies and Pisgah, and then all the little towns where people can visit that have their own vibe. So people go to Hot Springs or Weaverville or Black
Brevard.
Mountain, Brevard, see all the waterfalls. So you just like.
And
take
there's
your pick.
elk rutting right now going on. I want to go see elk rut and bugle and do their thing.
Do you know what? And you could maybe step out back and see a bear.
Dude,
From the end.
are you serious?
I am.
We have to ratchet strap our trash cans closed so the bears can't get in.
All right, so I know we're going to go make s'mores now. What is your website for everyone to know?
Sweet-Biscuit-Inn.com.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks.
Awesome.